जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम। And equality means treating rich and the poor in the same way. So equity is needed when there is inequality in the society in terms of income or wealth. We have already done a chapter in AS, and that was also related to inequality and redistribution of income. So ये chapter कैसे start होता है हम इससे देखते हैं. So in the start he has differentiated these three things. Equity means fairness and treating poor and the rich in a different way, like giving more benefits to the poor and the rich ones taxed more and poor tax less. So in terms of equality, here rich and poor will be treated in the same way, 20% tax on the rich, 20% tax on the poor. And what is efficiency? Efficiency means like uh, you are using the scarce resources in best possible way. So this is what the three things are. Efficiency chapter is like 32, 33, in which we discuss efficiency, and in 33 chapter we discuss the market failure, absence of the absence of what we call uh, efficiency. Okay, so he has explained what is equity. Equity occurs if a society distributes its resources fairly among its people, like rich and poor. Distribution could be of income, government benefits, like benefit में क्या आ जाएगा, subsidy, and in terms of tax as well. Equity has two types. One is horizontal and one is vertical. If there are people earning 50,000, whether they are clerk, whether they are driver, whether they are admin officer or someone else, if they are on the same scale of income, they should be treated equally and taxed equally. If they are given benefits, so same benefits to everyone on the same scale. This is horizontal equity, where the consumers and others with the same circumstances should pay the same level of taxation. If there is a benefit, they will receive the same. If there is tax, they will pay it the same. This is horizontal equity. Vertical equity, like this. If someone is earning 50,000 per month, someone is earning 1 lakh, someone is earning 2 lakh. So higher the income, higher the tax. Simple as that. Vertical equity, where the tax should be fairly apportioned between the rich and the poor in our society, as I have explained you. The next, equality is not the same as equity. I have explained you already. And equality is about treating everyone in the same way. Equality aims to promote fairness. Yes, it can, but if everyone starts with the same level. But if there are differences, this person is there, this person is here in terms of income, this person is here, it means he should pay more tax, less and less. And if he is just fair, he should pay no tax. This is the point. But it can only work if everyone starts from the same position and so on. Okay. What is efficiency? I have explained already in section 32.1. We have done already. When scarce resources are being used efficiently and the maximum output is produced. Economic efficiency, key two types we have read. Economic efficiencies consist of two further efficiencies: productive efficiency, in which we are producing at the lowest average total cost, like this is lowest possible per unit cost. And the allocative efficiency. In allocative efficiency, those goods and services are produced which are demanded by the people. So he has mentioned it, the most wanted by the consumers. So when there is a market failure, means absence of economic efficiency. Then there is a requirement of the government to intervene and correct the market failure. But sometimes government fails. And we have done this, all these things in 32, 33, and 38 chapter. We have done this. Anyways, so what is government failure? Government failure, जब government को नहीं idea होता कि how much subsidy should be given, how much tax should be on different members of the society, so government fails. When policies used to promote efficiency do so, but also increase inequality. This situation can be found in the markets where there are negative production and consumption externality. जैसे मैं आपको बार बार लिंक्स दे रहा हूं 32, 33, 32, 33. So our road pricing charges, for example, will reduce traffic congestion. But कितना टैक्स लगाएं हम रोड के ऊपर? We don't know. Exact, like there is no like कोई measure नहीं है due to regressive nature. What is regressive nature of the tax? The tax which placed more burden on the poor, less on the rich. So देखो मेरी एक गाड़ी जा रही है on the road. It's a small car. वो भी same tax दे. And there is another car that is Mercedes S class. अब S class और एक Suzuki की कार में difference है. How we can pay the same tax? That's the regressive nature of the tax. Anyways, just आगे चलते हैं. So there are types of two levels of poverty, absolute and relative poverty, which is the main cause of what inequality in the society. And we have to address both absolute and relative poverty. What is absolute poverty? Absolute poverty, when someone lacks the resources to cover the basic necessities of life. Simple. So what are the basic necessities of life? Food, shelter, and the clothing. So if someone is unable to cover the basic necessities of life, they are known as absolutely poor. Internationally, the poverty line is $1.90. $1.90. If someone is earning $1.90 per day and is a single person, he's not poor. So if someone is earning $1.90, but he has a family of 4, he is extremely poor because he falls below this line that is known as poverty line. So he is poor. So extreme poverty is defined by the World Bank is that international poverty line of living less than $1.90 and so on. Okay, done. So over the period of time, according to United Nations Development Program, UNDP, they set different goals. The Sustainable Development Goal number 1 is to eradicate the extreme poverty. So yes, over the period of time in South Asia, in East Asia and Pacific, the absolute poverty is falling. As you can see that the level of the poverty is falling here. But the extreme poverty is increasing in Africa. It's increasing, and he will mention it in the below paragraph. And he has mentioned here that absolute poverty is in Africa, Ethiopia, Ghana, and so on. So next somewhere here he has mentioned, okay, the biggest problem is that the world's poorest are now concentrated in the sub-Saharan Africa, and this concentration is forecast to persist, although the substantial reduction are forecast for Kenya and this country, Cote d'Ivoire. So absolute poverty is defined. ये further defined कैसे हुआ जी? Absolute poverty is defined by economists as being when household income is below certain level that makes it impossible for a person to family to meet the basic needs. I have already explained it. Okay, what is relative poverty? Relative poverty is a situation when someone is able to meet the basic necessities, but he lacks the income as compared to the society in which he is living. Let's suppose society की जगह you can place the country as well. Let's suppose on average society की जो average income है या country की पाकिस्तान की वो 50,000 per month, 50,000 rupees per month. If every family is earning like 50,000 per month, but one family is earning 30,000 and 40,000, so they are relatively poor. But in 30,000 they can cover up their basic necessities, but they are relatively poor. They can't like fulfill the quality of life. See, he has mentioned here. So just मैं एक थोड़ा सा इसका hint दे दूं. Relative poverty, as terms indicated, compares the income of the household with the average income of their country. If typically where this is the 50% or less than the average, the household is said to be poor. Like in my example, if the average of the society's income is 50,000 and someone is earning 25,000 or below it, like 20,000, they are extremely poor and they are unable to meet the like quality of life and like, yes, they can meet the basic necessities, but they can't maintain their standard of living as compared to the rest of the population. So how we can remove these problems? We have four options given in this chapter. It's a very good and important question, and it can like come in the paper like 20 marks ka सीधा सीधा question आ सकता है. So what are the policies towards equity and equality? First one is the mean tested benefits. So they have given some benefits type of solutions. Mean tested benefits are the benefits that will be given targeted to the poor who are identified as poor. The benefits are only paid to those on the low income. They are targeted directly to those who are seen to be most in need and they are trapped in a poverty trap. So no tax on them, financial helps to them, and this will like put them out of the poverty trap. This is mean tested benefit. Okay. Next is universal benefit. You will specify an area, any area like a whole village, and you will give all of them in living in a village the benefits. Even though there are some 10, 20 families that are like not in poverty, they are well off, but still it's for everyone. They are paid out of everyone in a certain category, often age related, regardless of their income and the wealth. The third benefit is the universal basic income. Universal basic income. आपने पढ़ा होगा the minimum wage set by the government like this. So government sometime announce करता है कि okay everybody will be like having 40,000 per month in Pakistan. But sometime if someone is unemployed, government in this category, in this system, government will give them 40,000 per month, even though they are not on the job, to remove poverty. So this is the relatively new form of benefit. It is an unconditional cash payments made at regular interval by the government, regardless of earnings or employment status. So in Pakistan, Benazir Income Support Program, Asas Emergency Cash, these type of programs are like ensuring some cash benefits to the people by like giving them some ATMs and bank accounts, and they will be given monthly basis pay income. Okay, regardless of what they are doing. But the critics say that by doing this, people will be discouraged to work, and they will just wait for this type of money from the government, and they will not like strive for the work. Okay, so last one is the negative tax, negative income tax. Instead of paying tax, government will help them. Is the way of dealing with the weakness of the mean tested and universal benefit. If there are under such a tax regime, there would be a flat rate of tax, say 25%. Every person or family would receive a fixed annual benefit of $4,000. Let's suppose if I am not paying $4,000 as a tax yearly, it means I'm a poor. So government will help me. If the tax paid on earnings is less than this annual benefit, if the tax paid on earnings is less than this annual benefit, then the person will receive the difference from the government. This is why this is called a negative tax. Let's suppose I am paying $3,000 tax on my income. It means my income is too low. That's why I'm paying so low tax. So the difference, like $1,000, government will pay me as like a negative tax, and this will like increase my level of income, where the difference is opposite. However, this is not a practical policy and it's not launched in some countries. That's why they are mentioning here. So this is the end of this chapter, and you should do this. And it's a very good question, and it came as a like 20 marks question in A2 economics. Okay, thank you very much for listening me Just prepare this question.